So we shall start now. Start, Jana. Pen. Okay. Good morning, children. అది ఆఫ్ చేసేవా సౌండ్ వస్తుంది బాగా అదొకటి ఉండండి. Good morning. Yesterday we started a physics class. Resound వస్తుందా? Okay. So we started just post-marking the question paper of 21, comparing with the 20 paper we were discussing. So our discussion will continue because how these papers are given, from where the questions are given. That point we will be analyzing more clearly. At the same time, we will be revising some concepts along with the questions that are present in the 21 and 20. That is our aim first. So I started randomly with current electricity yesterday. So I told you a few questions, how they were asking easy questions when current is dividing, how to find the branch currents in series when potential is divided, how will you find the potential differences across the resistors, and Ohm's law. Based on that, he asked two questions. Next, I find in this paper, this year, and as well as the last year paper also, he has picked up a questions directly from NCERT. You know, there is a one question, you know, match the following questions, matching you have. That is all are based on, they are based on the derivation of drift velocity. Some fundamental definitions, like what is mobility. You know, last year they gave direct question from mobility, single formula, but many students will neglect to read that formula. But it was a direct substitution, only a single step answer. Current density definition, drift velocity, relation between drift velocity and the current density. All these are asked in the matching the matching type question he gave there, this year paper, matching type. All these fundamental, when you are doing a derivation, all these points will come across. So those students just butify the three formulas, they were not able to answer. But if you just, those students who were thinking how you got all that, they must be able to answer. It is not too depth also, that's direct questions only, but matching. See, for example, See, you're taking a conductor. This is a microscopic view of a conductor. Okay. Microscopic view of a conductor. You will not find a current carrying wire this much thickness, right? This is area of cross section. There are atoms inside the conductor, of course. You have connected a battery. A cell is being connected here. This is a cell is being connected here. So you are maintaining a positive potential here and a negative potential here. The potential difference V is maintained across this conductor. So what happens? There are the electrons inside this, the conductor. They will be attracted towards the positive end. Electrons are negatively charged, no? That is the reason why. So all the electrons which were moving randomly before you connect battery, they were moving randomly. Now they start moving, they start drift in one direction. All the electrons will drift in one direction. The average velocity of the electrons, you are calling it as drift velocity. I think you know this, right? Because the questions are asked on this. So many questions. Matching type question, and last year also one another question is asked. There will be an electric field set up inside the conductor. You know, electric field will be always from plus to minus, like this. This is an electric field set up inside the conductor. The potential difference across the conductor is V. Let the length of the conductor is L. Then the electric field E is equal to V by D formula. I think you know, this is one formula, fundamental formula, which is required to answer that question, matching type question. We are going to discuss that question. That is why I'm started this discussion. Potential difference, length of the conductor, potential difference across the conductor, and electric field setup inside the conductor. You know, the electric field will exert force on the electron. Anyhow, their electrons are attracted towards positive end. So attraction means force only, no? So there is a force on the electron. How much is the force on the electron? F is equal to EQ. EQ, Q means E is a charge of electron. Small e generally charge of electron, 1.6 into 10 power minus 19. Of course, negative charge. Anyhow, direction of the force is this way. Already I'm giving direction, no need of giving minus sign. So this is the direction of the force with which the electron is attracted towards the positive end. And you know, always this force will cause an acceleration for the electron. So let this F is equal to ma. Therefore, acceleration of the electron is EQ by m. This is one more formula you are supposed to know here. So electron is under the acceleration, uniform acceleration it is. The electron is under uniform acceleration. Electric field is uniform, charge is constant, and the force is also constant, and hence acceleration is uniform. So inside this conductor, electron is traveling with uniform velocity. Next. The drift velocity. So we will use a formula V is equal to U plus AT for the electron only. So the drift velocity is average initial velocity will be taken as 0. Why? Because before you connect the battery, electrons are randomly moving in all directions. The average of that velocities along with the directions you will consider, isn't it? That is the resultant velocity is taken as 0. And acceleration is EQ by m. And we will write a term called tau in the place of time. So therefore, the drift velocity is EQ by m into tau. What is tau? Anybody remember? You remember what is tau when you're doing derivation?
Re- Relaxation time.
Very good. It is a relaxation time. Relaxation time means what? It is an average time between two successive collisions of electron. You may ask me from where does electrons collide? Yes. When electrons are moving inside the conductor, they collide with the atoms and they collide themselves also. It is not like empty pipe, no. It is a conductor. Electrons have to move through the spaces of conductor, no. The spaces between the atoms. So collisions are taking place. The successive collisions, the time between the average time, the average time between two successive collisions of an electron is taken as this. Between these two successive collisions, it is under acceleration. So average time into uniform acceleration is an average velocity. That is the average velocity they maintain here like this. They are colliding, I know, but the average velocity is maintained. They are being drifted towards positive end. That is called drift velocity, isn't it? See, this is a question. It is there in matching the following. Left side he gave, sorry, left side he gave drift velocity. Right side he gave this one. You have to match this. This is there in the derivation. Next. Why I'm doing means it has so many matching means, you know, four answers. You have to match with four questions, match with the four answers. So it's all from derivation only. Okay, let it be. No problem. This is the thing. Next. There is one more definition. Can anybody tell me current density? Current density. It is represented by J. It is current divided by area of cross section. See, this is the area of cross section. So if electrons are moving like this, you will take a current. So current is flowing in this direction. So through the area of cross section A. So current per unit area of cross section, current per unit area of cross section is called current density. Okay, Amma, I'll name this as equation 1. Oh, already 1, 2 are over. This is 3. Let it be, this is equation 4. Current density. Next, mobility. Mobility is represented by mu here. So mobility is defined as the drift velocity divided by electric field. These are the definitions. These are the definitions you have to remember. Fine. Next, relation between drift velocity and current. The relation between drift velocity and current, because all these are matched here. Okay, let me see. So current I is equal to charge divided by time. Charge divided by time. Rate of flow of charge. Right. What is the charge? So I want charge carriers inside carry how much charge? Let n is the number of electrons per unit volume, because electrons are charge carriers. The motion of electrons is only causing current. So I'm concentrating on that electrons which are moving inside the conductor. So then I have to talk about the electrons here. So number of electrons per unit volume is this. Into charge of electron. This is charge per unit volume. Charge per unit volume. Into volume of a conductor. Volume of conductor means area of cross section into length divided by time. Number of electrons per unit volume into charge per unit volume. Charge per unit volume into volume of the conductor, that is area of cross section into length. Therefore, this is the total charge contained inside the conductor, which is responsible for the motion by time. Right. Next. drift velocity I is equal to NEA. Length by time means electron has traveled a distance L. Let us say in a time T. Then what is average velocity? The displacement by time. So displacement by time, that average velocity is known as drift velocity. So you have got another expression. 6. Now, what is I by A? I by A? I by A, I told you, current density. So drift velocity is equal to I divided by N into E into A. So I by A is nothing but current density. This is also asked in the matching the following. You ask this, matching the following. Let us see the question now. Okay. Excuse me. See, there is a question. Drift velocity. Left hand side, he gave drift velocity, Amma. And you have to match with what? Drift velocity, you have to match with this. This is given on left hand side. And this is given on right hand side. So you have to match these two. Next. Current density he gave. One more. Current density. Current density I want, Amma. Here you see all of you. Current density is on left hand side. So this is V D into N E. So left hand side he gave current density, right hand side he gave this expression. I have to match these two. One more matching. Okay. Next, he took about electrical resistivity, Amma. So I have to do this. Electrical resistivity. Resistivity or specific resistance. Let me see this. I hope you these expressions are important when you are doing the derivation. You ask the questions from between the derivation. All this. So if you know this part of simple derivation, then you can answer that question. But most of the students didn't answer this question because they are managed to learn this relation and this relations only. They did not know how they have derived it. And if they know it also, they might have forgotten. They don't have time to derive this in the exam and write all this matching the following. That is the problem. So one more question he asked in this matching is, let me tell you. Anyhow, Emma, matching type means it is of 4 questions, Emma. 4 questions in 1 question. It will take time. My suggestion is to go to next question. Finally, if you have time, come back to this. If unless and is theoretical are very easy. If it is tricky a little bit, you have to leave and go to the next question. Because he has given 4 quantities to match with 4. All are different. So it is difficult. And if you try also, it will take time, isn't it? Current density is that. What is current density? I is equal to J is equal to I divided by A. So I'm seeing which is one we can get for current density, Amma. I said current density we did just now. Resistivity I'm talking. So current density I is equal to V by R. I'm writing potential difference V divided by resistance of the conductor. Okay. Next, I have told you there is an electric field set up here. Electric field E is equal to V by L. Then potential difference is equal to E into L. So V is nothing but E into L. R. R is, you know, you all familiar with resistance is directly proportional to length and inversely proportional to area of cross section, where rho is called specific resistance or resistivity. So many formulas you have to use here. R, rho into L by A into A. Fine. This is gone. This is gone. So current density is E divided by specific resistance. Therefore, specific resistance is equal to E divided by current density. He gave this in matching. This he gave on left side. This he gave on right side. You have to match these two. You have to match those two. See, so much concepts are involved in one question. In matching, so many formulas you are using. Some questions will be like this. Yesterday I was telling you, selecting question is very important while you are writing exam. That is why I told you. If you really can manage of selecting questions, which questions you have to do first, right? That is equal to the preparation of that 1 year. That is very important. Many students who have selected this, they wasted time. I find in my class, few only out of 100 students, only 4 students, they have answered this. Understand? Like that. Okay, coming to the current electricity. The next question asked from this chapter I am talking now. The next question from this chapter asked on potentiometer. So students feel potentiometer means little bit. But you know, very simple question he asked them. This year only I'm talking, not last year also. Very simple question. If you have a basic idea of potentiometer, you can write that answer. The another question that is asked in the 21 exam. See what it is. If you come to the potentiometer, recollect, you all have studied recently only, no? You have written exams also, board exams and NEET exam. Potentiometer is a device which is used to measure the unknown EMFs, unknown potential differences, internal resistance of a cell. Okay, you have a cell like this. Plus, minus. What is its EMF? You don't know. So I have to find its EMF. One application. It will have internal resistance. Second application. If you have two cells, I can compare the EMFs. Three applications. Three applications for potentiometer. Very simple. Simple questions he asked. What does a potentiometer contain? Please recollect all of you. A wire, experimental wire AB, whose length is L. L can be 10 meters, 5 meters, 7 meters, 4 meters. And this wire has a resistance R. Yesterday I told connecting wires does not have resistance, but this is not connecting wire. This is experimental wire. This is a part of potentiometer wire. And this only you will develop the principle. Right, I have to pass the current. We'll be going little bit faster because I'm not doing potentiometer now. Let the EMF is E naught. Because when I want to pass the current, I have to connect a battery. Let the internal resistance is E naught. You will be going here a series resistance, and this will form a primary circuit. This is experimental wire. You want to pass the current in this, no doubt. When you pass the current only, you develop the principle. And for experimental wire, you have a length and resistance R. Because I have to pass the current, I'm connecting battery, and battery has internal resistance. A cell of EMF E naught, internal resistance R. A series resistance is also kept for safe side. What is the current in the circuit now? Come on. Yesterday I told how to apply Ohm's law for a circuit. So I is equal to effective EMF by effective resistance. V is equal to IR or I is equal to V by R, anything you take. EMF is E naught only. Resistance means total resistance I have to take R naught, RS and R, this wire also. This is one equation I got, Amma. This is only Ohm's law only, nothing else. I is equal to V by R. V means here EMF I have taken. R means total resistance, effective resistance I have taken. And this connecting wires does not have resistance. Only this resistor is considered, and resistance of this wire is also considered because it is an experimental wire. Over. We define a quantity called potential gradient. That is only very important, no? Potential gradient means the potential difference between AB divided by the length between AB. Potential difference between A and B divided by the length of the wire. What is potential difference according to this? I into R. R is this resistor only, this resistance. Because I am applying Ohm's law across this part only, no? So that is why potential difference across AB is equal to I into R divided by L. But I is here, Amma. Therefore, the potential gradient is nothing but E naught divided by R naught plus RS plus R into R by L is potential gradient. And this is very, very important in potentiometer. This is everything is called primary circuit. And for primary circuit, you will find potential gradient and keep ready in order to find the unknown EMFs, in order to find the internal resistance, in order to find the compare the EMFs. This is all not required in this problem also, but I am doing just for revision only. Next, secondary circuit. The secondary circuit, you have to connect a cell for which you want to determine EMF. So this is a cell whose EMF has to be determined. I don't know. Unknown EMF. So connect a plus of the cell to this A, and minus of the cell is taken through a galvanometer and a jockey. Like this. I think you know this, you'll move this jockey like this, like this, like this, like this, like this. Starting from A to the end B, you will be sliding this jockey at a particular point. At a particular point, the current in the galvanometer is 0. It becomes, then that is called balancing length, small l. That is called balancing length. So what happened here? Why does the current in this galvanometer has become 0? Because the potential difference across this wire balances the potential across this battery. Therefore, the potential difference across this wire is equal to potential difference across the terminals of this battery. Hence, EMF of this battery is equal to the potential difference across this wire. That is why it is being balanced there. Fine, let me write the equation. This is all explanation, but problem is very simple. I'll tell you. This unknown EMF is always equal to potential gradient into balancing length is a equation. Remember all of it. The unknown EMF is equal to potential gradient into balancing length. Why? What is the potential gradient? Potential for 1 meter. Potential difference for 1 meter is called potential gradient. What is the potential difference for 2 meters? 2 times 5. What is the potential difference for L meters? L times 5. And that is balanced with this EMF. That's it. And phi is constant because primary circuit things are not changing. So as far as your primary things are not changing, this is constant. Equation 1. Now I'll come to the problem. Okay. Let us see the problem. This year only asked, this question also asked this year only. In a potentiometer circuit, a cell of EMF 1.5 volts, oh, this one I think, gives a balancing length of 36 centimeters. A cell of EMF 1.5 volts gives a balancing length of how much, Andy? 36 centimeters. Another cell of EMF 2.5 volts. Another cell, second cell, 2.5 volts. So balances What length? Such a stupid, easy question. Potential gradient is constant. Therefore, E proportional to L. Therefore, E1 by E2 is equal to L1 by L2. What is there? Just substitution here. I told potentiometer is a little bit difficult for you too, but he gave a question as such a easy question he gave. This year only I'm talking. All the 4 questions in current electricity, Amma, only one question just now before I discussed, no matching type. That is also easy if you know the derivation and everything. All 3 other questions are easy. 12 marks in your pocket. So why I am explaining all this is, why I am doing postmortem for the paper means, and you will get an idea now how to prepare. He is asking from NCERT book, of course, NCERT book, and simple questions only is asked. Most of the questions. Right, substitute here now. This is 1.5 divided by 2.5. L1 is how much, Andy? 36. So you can find out L2 and give your answer. I explained all this just to get an idea for you what is potentiometer. But finally, he gave problem on this formula only, simple formula. Next. There is one more question. I will tell you that question is so simply chosen from a corner of the textbook of academy, or what you say, NCERT book. That is a question picked up in 2020. So he gave some graphs like this. So one of the graph I am taking. So the resistivity of the copper is taken on x-axis, temperature is taken on y-axis, and identify the graph. So he gave different types of graph, one graph like this, okay, and you know another graph like this, right, and another graph like this, right, and another graph like this, 4 graphs he gave. You have to identify one of the graph which is correct. What is this graph, Andy? Resistivity of a copper wire and temperature. So there is no particular relation or formula to draw this. But if you check NCERT book, he gave 3 graphs. So he gave one graph, okay, between resistivity and temperature of copper. He gave like this. And one more graph he gave, Amma, between resistivity and temperature of nichrome wire. Nichrome. And another graph he gave for semiconductor. 3 graphs he gave when he is discussing what is specific resistance definition. Okay, these 3 graphs he gave. Now the question is asked on this graph directly. So your answer is this. No substitution, no calculation, nothing. If you just remember that, you would be able to answer. So this is another question. Okay. One more. If you come to this, the simplest question that can be asked, and you must feel very happy, is nothing but meter bridge. Works on a principle of Houston bridge. Very simple question. Asked in 2020. This time he didn't ask, well, last time he asked. Maybe next time they'll ask. Since they won't repeat the concepts. There is nothing like this concept will be asked every year. Nothing like that. From current electricity, questions are asked. That is the criteria they follow. So they can ask. I found this year also, they asked from corner to corner. Starting about drift velocity, he gave so much story. And he gave potentiometer also in the question. Just now I did a simple question only. E1 by E2 is equal to L1 by L2. He gave. Starting from drift velocity, ending to potentiometer also he gave. Head and tail he gave. In between he gave one question. So you cannot predict. Preparing chapter means you have to prepare. That's all. Current electricity. Now, meter bridge. Very easy. Any twisted question can be answered in that. He cannot twist much also in that. Limited. You all know, familiar with the Wheatstone bridge principle. P by Q is equal to R by S. Balancing the Wheatstone bridge, you have derived an expression applying the Kirchhoff's laws. So what does meter bridge contains? A wooden frame. You know that. These are the metal strips, Amma, that are provided on the meter bridge. Metal strips. You know, metal scale will be there. No, metal scale. Imagine you have cut the metal scale like this and fixed it on the wooden frame. That's it. We will take the shape in the reverse order. Okay, like this. Right. These are the metal strips fixed on a wooden frame. You know, this is called left gap. Left gap has a resistance P ohms. That means you'll connect a piece of wire there. In the lab also, you give you a piece of wire and connect. And here you will put a resistance box. How much ever the resistance that you connect, let it be Q. Then here also there will be an experimental wire. This is an experimental wire. This is an experimental wire whose length will be 100 centimeters only. Between P and Q, you will take another wire, right? And then you will be connecting a galvanometer and a jockey. You have to slide a jockey on that. Everything is fine. Is everything ready now for working? Anything is missing? Guys? Come on. Anything is missing? It is similar to a Wheatstone bridge. Come on, anyone. This is P, this is Q, this is R, this is S. You have a galvanometer. Ah, yes. Come on, tell me, anything is missing now. P, Q. Anyhow, R will be here. This is R. And you know, this part will be S. Yes, S. In between, from a junction PQ to the junction RS, there is a galvanometer. From a junction PQ, from a junction RS, in between, you have a galvanometer. Fine, everything is fine. Anything missing? Anyone? You can type, I can see here. You're not familiar. So you didn't even prepare current electricity also properly for the exam. Current electricity I've been doing from 10th class, no? What is extra means in this second year, only one thing is extra. This potentiometer and Wheatstone bridge is only extra. Remaining thing, everything you have done already. Fine. Current. Hey, you have to pass the current, no? Then only it will work. Current. So I will be connecting cell here now. So if the current in the galvanometer is 0, the P by Q is equal to R by S. So here also the left resistance in the left gap divided by resistance in the right gap is equal to PQ. R means this resistance, this resistance. Let this be L and this will be 100 minus L. So this is taken as L divided by 100 minus L, because R by S means, you know, resistance is proportional to length. This resistance also proportional to length. Constant factors will get cancelled. You know, this is the principle of meter bridge. Of course, it works on a principle of Wheatstone bridge only. Yes. This is the direct question asked. We'll see what question he asked. Now, see, instead of directly giving formula and doing problem, I am doing little bit revision for you so that the formula is simple only when you are applying. So this explanation I am doing for you. Let me see the question. So I am reading, as I cannot write this question, okay, I'll read. I will explain at the same time. A resistance wire connected in the left gap of the meter bridge. Meter bridge. So a wire is being connected here, a wire. This is a wire. A wire is connected in the left gap of the meter bridge. Balances 10 centimeters resistance in the right gap. Okay. This is 10 ohms resistance in a right gap. Resistance in a right gap at a point which divides the bridge in the ratio 3:2. That means this is ratio 3:2. L divided by 100 minus L is 3:2. The sentence, if you understand nothing, answer is very easy. The resistance, a resistance wire is connected in the left gap of the meter bridge, balances a 10 ohms resistor in the right gap, whose balancing point divides the wire in the ratio 3:2. That means, I don't know really P value, he didn't give. He gave a piece of wire only there. How would I know? So Q is given as 10. But the ratio between this and this, that means L divided by 100 minus L is 3/2. This he gave. Okay, now I got the resistance of this now. P value is how much now? Okay, I will write here P value. From this, what is P value now?
15.
P value 15. Very good. 15 ohms. But he didn't ask P. Don't be in a hurry. Okay, let me see the question. If the length of the resistance wire is 1.5 meter, this wire, see the wire which you have connected in the left gap, that has a length of 1.5 meters, it seems, length of 1.5 meters. Then the length of 1 ohm resistance wire is how much? Length of 1 ohm resistance wire is how much? 1 ohm resistance wire is how much? Think the question now. Answer is here very much. Nothing is there to calculate more, but only that you have to understand the question. Only that you have to understand the question. He is asking, I will tell you. He is asking, what is asking, you know? L divided by P value is asking. So what is L? 1.5. What is the P value? P value means resistance only, okay? 15. Right? So this is nothing but 0.1. And of course, he gave that as 1 into 10 power minus 1. So what is this quantity you will call? Length per resistance. Length per unit resistance. L by P. P is resistance. So length per unit resistance. He asked that only, no? Find the length of 1 ohm resistance wire. 1 ohm resistance means length per unit resistance only he wants. So he wants length per resistance. Unit resistance. Length per unit resistance he wants. L by P. P is a resistance, no? On the left gap. So length per unit resistance. He asked that question. Okay, length is 1.5 he gave. And resistance in the left gap, I found it as 15. Of course, this will be the answer. 0.1 answer. But he gave the option as 1 into 10 power minus 1. See, oh, okay, I have explained all this concept. But really, if you know this formula, how long it will take to calculate this? Isn't it very easy only? You have to read the question properly twice if you get any doubt like this. This was a question asked in 2020. So there were one more question asked in this current electricity in 2020, and we'll be doing another topic tomorrow. Okay. Today we are closing current electricity. I was just discussing in these 2 years how questions are asked, from where the questions are asked. You know, one more question asked in 2020, you know, color coding. Color coding. You will give a resistance, you give the colors. All right. And then by based on color, you have to tell how much is the resistance. B.B. Roy of a Great Britain has good wife. I hope you remember that. That I've seen in 10th class book also. One student was asking me. Color coding he asked. That is one question he asked. I find the questions asked are easy only. But if you prepare little bit intense, you can answer all the questions. So the preparation part and attending which questions you have to answer. Which questions you have to answer. That is very, very important. So some students they ask start answering 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 like that. Physics will not work out like that. Please select the important questions which are easy for you and do and turn the pages. You may have easy questions in the ending also sometimes, in the middle also sometimes, in the starting also sometimes. You have to cover all easy questions first. Then you have to come back to the questions, the remaining questions. If you follow that, it is very important that you can score marks in the exam. Okay. So tomorrow I will take another topic and discuss. You want to select any topic? Anyone? Your choice or my choice? Come on, Tanishka, come on, tell me. Magnetism? You mean magnetism or electromagnetism? Moving charges in magnetism only. That is that you mean? Sucharita? Yeah, I have not seen Vikas has answered. What is missing means he answered. Battery. I didn't see you. I didn't see that. Sorry. What is missing? Current is missing. So battery was missing. No, when I was explaining this one. Right. Magnetism and matter. Ah. Anyone else? Somebody suggested me magnetism and matter. Anyone else you want to suggest me? Well, very simple. We will select one topic means, for example, I have selected current electricity. I have just discussed from what corners the questions are asking in these 2 years, especially 21, 20 and 19 also sometimes I'll take. And we'll see, you'll get a base now how to prepare for the next year now. I told now some corner question he asked graph. See, nothing to do. If you remember that, you can just answer it. In NCERT book, it is given all these 3 graphs when he's explaining about resistivity. Anything else? That's it. Magnetism and matter only. Okay. But I find very less questions in magnetism and matter. Moving charges, magnetism has very good weightage. Anyhow, we'll see. Okay. Shivateja, you want to suggest anything? Come on. Please free to type there. I will see what you want to express. Somebody tell me, Tanishka, gravitation. Yeah, gravitation will be good. Because it's a lot of topics related with electrostatics also. You have a common concepts there. So it's have a good weightage. Okay. Okay, done. Okay, see you all tomorrow. So anything is there, please feel free to express for me. So we all work together now for next year. So I forgot to tell you. So I just want to much tell about me in the introduction class yesterday. So I just started the subject. So I said my name is Sudhir Kumar, right? So I've been teaching for this training for the NEET students, and of course previously it was state MSETs. NEET has come recently. Since 25 years I've been teaching. So many ranks we have produced here. Me working here also, working in other colleges also. So I hope you all see when you come here, we'll work together now, produce a good ranks, and I'll make physics easy because when you learn concepts, physics will be easy. I feel physics is more comfortable than all biological sciences and chemistry. Also, once you understand, otherwise it will be a big barrier. Understand? So we'll all work together. Okay. See you tomorrow. Bye.